I'm a big fan of libraries, obviously in real life, but also in The Sims. I think because I play Rags to Riches so much, it's just really useful to have a place that my sim can go and use a computer for free. And so I was kind of thinking today that maybe I could try to build a library for one of the worlds that doesn't have one by default. And my first thought was, oh, let's make one in Windenburg. I love Windenburg. It would be so nice to have a library there, forgetting that there is literally already a library in Windenburg. I'm almost a little bit embarrassed to admit that I just somehow completely forgot that this existed, but in my defense, it's kind of a bad library, so I don't really bring my Sims there very much, or I guess really ever. I just don't frequent this one. But here's what it looks like, and I don't know, all three of these buildings, they've got so much potential in this little like downtown section, but I just don't like any of them. I think that maybe they're just a little bit too big, and like the inside is really dark, and I don't love this. And so I think maybe I'll just bulldoze the whole thing and start from scratch. I'm really interested in maybe trying to build like an older wing of the library and then have some kind of modern addition attached to it. I've done some stuff like that in Nordhaven with businesses and hobbies, and it's almost kind of similar to how the cafe is, how they have like the downstairs more modern, but I kind of want it to be like two halves, basically. Also, if I sound sick, that's because I am. I think I got sick flying home from my grandpa's funeral, which is just like so messed up. I've been coughing nonstop and my voice is just gone. It's horrible. Anyway, but what side should we put the modern stuff on? I'm wondering if we put the modern stuff closer to the water, because the view is a little bit cooler over there. And we'll see if we can bring ourselves to use any of these windows. I don't really know if I like these very much, but I guess because I'm not sure if I like them, I don't really ever use them. And so maybe in that sense, this could be like a kind of fun opportunity too. What if there was like a big overhang with the platform going off from it? Okay, can I make that a little bit taller perhaps? No. Never mind, I don't like it. We could have maybe like a big glass roof kind of situation. Some skylights or something. I think that also perhaps we could try and do something like this. Although I don't really like the smaller versions of these windows. Maybe I will just have it be one story down there. The thing about libraries in this game is they don't really have to be that big. And that's what I was just complaining about with the other one. So, oh my goodness. I don't think I want to use any of those. I think I prefer this lighter color. Okay, sorry. I was gonna try and see about the other ones, but I don't really want it to be like orange windows that you can't see out of. I think you can see out of them from the inside. Oh, no, you can't. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like a one-sided kind of thing. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Never mind. We probably want to put this whole thing on a foundation, right? Sorry, I just built this and like didn't speak while I did it. So what I was thinking, and I might change my mind about this, but I did this before in Nordhaven 2, where I kind of had like a glass bridge between the two sides. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that here or not. Ooh, oh my god, I forgot about that window. We should use that. We should just stick to that. That's cool. If I made this part like 2 platforms high, is that gonna be weird? Yeah, I feel like maybe it's like the other side needs to be a little bit taller, you know? But then I feel like it looks odd with it being that high. Well, maybe there's just no platform right there. Okay, cool. So I don't like any of the doors really from Get to Work. We do have this one. I think that this could work as like an extra back door, but we'll probably want to also have something about this is kind of weird, isn't it? I'm gonna think about that. We're gonna want to have like an older door for the older half of the library. I think the whole thing should be squished just a little bit. It's kind of weird, right? I don't know. What color? I guess I kind of want it to match the stuff around here, so we should probably go for like a darker color, but I don't really like it. Yeah, no, not that. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we have brick on the base level. They don't really have that on those, but I prefer it, so, or well, we could do stone instead. Maybe the stone is better because it has like the cooler tone to it, so maybe that would match the gray accents that we're trying to add in a little bit more. Fortunately, we do also have foundations that will match this. Oh, wait a minute. What if we had no foundation and then we put this part up on like a little bit of a platform? Because that could help with the split leveling that I'm trying to do. This is 1, 2, 3 maybe, I think. Let me check. Yeah, okay, that could be kind of interesting. And then this part, we would have like a staircase that goes down into this whole big section. Well, you know what? I feel like that actually works surprisingly well. I think that's kind of what this place needs. Should I put this all the way around the outside? Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay, that is absurdly tall. We probably don't want it to be that tall. Well, it could get shrunk. That makes it a little bit shorter, which is always nice. Just like a little bit, maybe a bit weirder back there, but I don't know. We can figure that out. I love the look of these tall roofs that we have in the front though. Should we do like, I don't know if that's gonna work. Let me see if we can make this work. Yeah, not gonna work. Well, if I made it really tall, I think maybe that could give us reason to make the, oh yeah, because that only fits on medium, huh? All right, let's rethink. What if the platform was a little tall here? We could probably raise this up like with move objects. Unfortunately, I think I still want it to be kind of flat. Trust the process. I know it looks kind of ugly right now. You just gotta trust me on this, okay? I'm gonna bring it together. It's gonna work somehow in the end. Oh, you know what else we could maybe do? I hadn't really thought about this as an option, but maybe we could have a roof, and it could be a glass roof, but we can make it be a little bit more 3D. Not like that though. Maybe it could be like in line with this, but this could be tall kinda. And we give it the glass around the whole thing. Maybe that kind of brings in some of this. Once there's landscaping, I think we're gonna be all set. We just have to get there first. Okay, what if we had a tiny bump out thing and we put it over here for the back doors access? Ooh, I just put this whole space on a 1 tile high platform because then I can have this part be raised up just like a little bit. Okay, so I'm kind of starting to get the windows added in. Do you think that I could do like a double dormer kind of thing over here just in the back? Yeah, okay, because I think I want the back to be flat. I think I prefer that. How does that little window look up there? Hopefully good, because I think I'm gonna use it. Oh, here, this might help. Let's get a chimney. Yeah, okay, that actually makes a big difference. It gives it like something else in this weird side space. I think normally they have like this kind of flooring down everywhere on these kind of lots, but then maybe we could try and have grass like all in this area, because then they could have some landscaping. I can put some trees and stuff down there. It's such a stark contrast, this like really shiny bright grass next to it. I think especially because there's no grass anywhere else in this whole area, but that's okay. We will figure it out. Oh, I kind of like what they have there. Do you think we could try and copy that and like put landscaping inside of it? Maybe I need to go into debug for that, because there are little debug walls that we could use if we wanted to try that. There's also, oh, there's like pretty debug fountains too. You know what? Maybe that's what we need. A debug fountain off to the side. Oh, is it weird that there's more than one? Because there's one here and one right here. I don't think that's weird. I think that looks good. I don't think I like it. Oh man. I'll find something else. I will find something else. Don't even worry. Let's try and do a tree like this over here, and we'll put it in something pretty on the ground. I think I might also try and use some of these little trees to line the side of it, because that gives it some more height, which I feel like it also needs. Do I want to do 4 of them? I think so, because that fills in that area perfectly. Okay, what do you think about maybe trying to have this little side thing and then putting the tree inside of it? I also think that we could maybe get a couple of these birch tree type things. Oh, those are very big. But if we did this and then I put them in the tree cages, the debug tree cages, I feel like that could also give it some height and make it blend in nicely. Oh, what if I use these in the front? I never use this item. I almost even have kind of forgotten about this. Let's try it. Let's try it and see if we can do it. I just deleted the tree by accident. Sorry. I wanted to get rid of the flooring instead, because we could definitely put this in here too. And then what if we try, maybe the whole building could have a lighter color. Instead of this dark color, we can make it lighter. Oh. Well, what if it was, I would like for it to be lighter, but I know that, well, actually, maybe I'm overreacting to that. It could also be maybe gray, because that would blend in with the gray that we're gonna try and have over there. I just don't really like using gray in The Sims, but it's not actually a big deal. It's something I never do, so that's maybe a good thing. Of course, this doesn't really match now that it's gray, but oh well. We want these to blend in. Oh, I didn't want the bottom floor to be that. We wanted the bottom floor to be this. That's not the same. Is this supposed to be white? Is that the white swatch? Oh, I prefer this color. Does it just look weird? Is that what it is? Yeah, maybe it's like a weird lighting thing. Let me try and put a bigger window. I don't really want to use any of these. Like, this is so pretty, right? But I also kind of rather have windows that are a little bit brighter that you can actually see through. I mean, we could use that up here if we wanted to get some real fancy 3D stuff. Of course, it's like really clipping. I don't know if that really bothers me though on interiors. Maybe that's bad. Okay, cool. None of the colors look good on that bottom floor. It is the matching swatch though, I swear. I think I'm gonna do the windows perhaps a little bit more subtly. Like, I don't think I'm gonna put any on this wall because we're gonna wanna have bookshelves up there, right? And then bookshelves all along here. Let me save because I haven't done that yet. Do you think we could do this little one? Is there a sign from Get Together that we could put on the wall? Oh yeah, like this. It's so little tiny, but that's okay. I think it's kind of cute that it's tiny. And then maybe we could have a nice light on the other side. I don't know. There's also these lovely gray stairs. I forgot there's not stair railings. Isn't that so annoying? Like, why? They give us a full set of stairs. That's not the right color. That looks better. Okay, that's good. But they give us a full set of fences and no matching railing to go with it. I hate when they do that. If you're gonna give me one, you need to give both. I wonder if we could just use a base game fence instead, because then we can make them match. Something about it just kind of seems weird without a fence, so I feel like it needs to have this. Oh, you know what I forgot is that there's not a plain solid swatch of this either, because I really like this stone, but I don't necessarily want to have the wood trim on it for the chimney. That's okay. We will make it work. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna want to do with the roof texture, so hopefully we can find something that I like. Part of me was just thinking like make it black, but then I don't know. I guess that is what matches the neighboring buildings, and I like that it matches the neighboring buildings, because I would kind of like for this building to sort of blend in, even though it's totally different. I really hate this lot. Maybe we should try and rebuild all three of these. Okay. I think I'm liking this so far. Let me put this a little bit lower again. I feel like that's kind of good. We'd want to have this part maybe be some kind of other texture, and I'm not sure what. I think I'll do the gray gravel on top of this, and then I might put like maybe more of a white. It could be wood. I don't know, that's a little bit too light. Maybe we make it, no. Sorry, I'm gonna figure it out. I just don't like any of that. How about stone? Okay, I could see that. Okay, Get Together wallpapers. I'm curious about this kind of fancy looking modern one. I worry about that being too dark of a gray. Oh, but I guess we can make the other things a darker gray. We don't have to use this light color. Yeah, we can make this blend in. This is gonna be fine. Let me see about swatches. Like that one, and then for the trim, like that one. Okay, I mean, they're kind of like different tones of gray, which is slightly bothersome to me, but we do just like a plain masonry texture on that bit. I think that needs to at least be the same swatch. Okay, how about that if we did it like this? I think once we have some terrain paint and like some extra things around here, I really liked this, but I feel like maybe I should get rid of it and make more of this have landscaping. Especially if we put a little fence around the bottom edge. Because look, this one will match perfectly. So that kind of gives it the blending that I feel like it needs. Okay, I'm putting the tree cages outside with all of those items. And then I was gonna try and maybe put a couple of them in here. I don't know. I'll have to look and see how it looks, but ooh, what if there was a statue in the garden? I feel like that's kind of interesting. Maybe I don't need to have a tree there. I might want to get another one over here though. We also have all these pretty topiary type of items in case we wanted to try and look at some of those. Oh, and like trash cans. That might be nice to have too. No, that's too many trees. Let's just leave it. Oh, here's something we can definitely do is get some plants on either side of the doorway. I love the idea of these flags. I think this does come in other colors. I don't know, I just think that's really cool. Should we try and get like 2 of them? Maybe those are about the exhibits or something. Oh, we could do one of them over here too. Yeah, I like that. Okay. These are like topiary chess pieces. I don't know if I want to use those really. I just feel like, I guess I feel like there's something kind of weird about how it's looking right now. So I just want to fill it in a little bit better, because doesn't that look odd when it's just by itself? Or maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it is actually fine. Let's do the inside, because we haven't touched this. Okay, so we want to figure out some kind of way to have, oh, I want the inside of this to be a lot more modern too. So let's do that. And then we want to figure out some kind of way to fit in the staircase that goes upstairs. We could probably keep the bathroom down here, and it could be like 2 little bathroom. Well, I don't really like that. What if the staircase went like this and then we had the bathroom in there? That doesn't really work as 2 bathrooms though. It's just like one really big one. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh my god, look at the platform lighting glitches. I definitely want to have this part be open to the downstairs. Look at the platform lighting glitches over here. It all seems like a good idea until you get too far into it and it causes all these problems. Of course, I'll change the color of this, right? Like it won't be that color. I feel like the windows can kind of pass as being white, and so I'd like to use actual wood flooring on the inside of the library, like in this part, because I want to have wood accents and like wood bookshelves and stuff. Okay, we have one of the things that we need for this library. We have the trash can. You know what we could do is we could have the sinks be in a separate room from the toilet stall. So like if we did it this way, then everybody could come in and wash their hands. Of course, there's only one toilet, which is not ideal, but I feel like that might be a nicer way of doing it. Because then this, if people walk in, it won't be in the way of anything, you know? I'm thinking I'm gonna have the kids section be upstairs. And because of that, I'm a little bit tempted to have another bathroom up here. What if it was like kind of tiny and kind of a weird shape in the middle of the building? I don't know, that could be interesting. We could use this as an excuse to have some kind of funky flooring in there. Okay, looks way better now that we have the flooring like this too. Let's keep the rail just on the left. Ooh, I forgot that you can drag out just the bottom side of that. I really only normally do that when the stairs are straight. So this is kind of fun to have the curved larger bit down there. Okay, let's start getting our base game bookshelves in. Oh, you know what I really wanted to use though? Are the get to work ones. Because these are gonna fit so beautifully inside of the old part of the library. So I would really like to have them. I'm really struggling with this because part of me would love to rebuild this with just the base game and get together, sorry. Wrong get. These bookshelves don't really tile. I guess I could do this one. Only problem with this one is that it like really looks like it's the same. When they have clutter on them, it's hard to tile them because they look so samey. And then this thing is just, I mean, that looks like a library bookshelf, but at what cost? This one doesn't tile, so I'm trying to decide if I want to have like a front desk that you can check out the books at right here. Because obviously in real life that would happen, but in The Sims, you don't need it. And so I'm wondering if it would be better for me to just focus on having space for books and like only space for books. I think I'm also gonna use the get to work bookshelves. I really want them like really bad. So I'm gonna let myself have this. And here's my idea. I'm gonna put them kind of alt placed in the center here, lined up with that column, because that column supports the edge of this. We can get more over there. We can get some more over there. There could maybe even be one by the front right there if we wanted to. And then we can have a little bit of like seating and stuff kind of throughout this space. I wonder if it would be better for us to have the 2 columns. You know what? Yeah, let's do it like this. I will still scoot them close together, but let's keep them like directly in between the columns because I kind of like how that looks with the supports. Ooh, this would be a cool spot for a chess table. Okay, let's try it over here. Just like a simple wooden one. It might be nice for us to have more than one chess table, but that's kind of the only place that I feel like it would fit in this old part of the building because it's pretty tight in here. And I want to have like sitting areas. I mean, we could maybe have some outdoor ones. Oh, we should definitely have some outdoor ones. Actually, that's a really good idea. Okay. I always feel like it's nice to have a bunch of those because for things like club meetings and stuff, especially, if the chess club's gonna come here, they're all gonna want to use it at the same time. If you're trying to skill build, you're gonna want to have extra ones. So I always want to put more than it asks me for, especially with computers. It is like the most annoying thing to me ever when there's not enough computers in one of these places. Because of course I try to come here so my sim can work on the computer and then like Nancy Landgrab is taking all of them. Not obsessed with the lighting. It's making these look like they're all different colors, which I don't really love. But that's okay. Do you think these are too close to it? Oh, I'm gonna have to scoot them again. Okay, let's use the expensive base game computers. I think I'll do 8, and then we can try and have some desks elsewhere that don't have computers. What do you think about using this colored chair? That is a kind of interesting accent color. I haven't really ever used that before in a library, especially. It's got like the gold base on the legs though, which doesn't really match. Oh, it also matches this color of the bookshelves so well. Because that's like the color of the books. Oh dear. Okay, I wonder if there's a different desk that might match this better. Is there like a yellowy tone? This one does. Do you think this one is weird for us to put, especially if like there are two different wood colors on each half? I don't think it's that weird. We're trying to show a library that has been renovated and has evolved over time. Okay, well, I guess I'll just be putting some more of these bookshelves in. Oh, should we get rid of some of the computers and have some empty desks? No, you don't. What do you even need an empty desk for? It would just be like the kids doing their homework. That texture or this color actually looks better than I thought it would. It like almost kind of matches and brings out some of the same colors that were in this. We could get maybe a fancy rug of some kind that has some of the right... No, I don't think I like it. I really tried just then, but I don't know. Oh, maybe that's the like connecting link, because it has the blue and it also has the brown. I wish I could have this same color because that's not quite purple and it's not quite blue. It's like somewhere in the middle. Well, maybe we could have these desks have no computers on them and they'll just be open. Or actually, maybe even better yet, this way there's 6 computers, which is still more than before, but there's also some open desks and hopefully it doesn't look too busy anywhere. All right, this is not at all even close to being done. I'm gonna go upstairs and do the kids area though, because I think that I might be able to put the living chairs that we need in the kids area, and then we can do different accent chairs elsewhere, because I was just looking at all the chairs and I cannot decide what I want. So I'm kind of hoping that switching gears and kind of working up here first will help. Okay, how about this? Because we already used get to work bookshelves. I wonder if we can make these get to work bookshelves fit upstairs somehow? If I put that in the middle, is that too tight? It probably is a little bit too tight, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Look, we can get some fun little colorful chairs. I was thinking about putting some toys and like science-y things in this section. I'm trying to find a way that I can scoot these close together and have it all still be functional and able to be walked around. I kind of love that. We could probably also have one of the teddy bears, because that's something that a toddler can use still. Okay, so in my mind, this is like a little reading hangout kind of area. Trying to add in a few of the little bear chairs. And then I might also put a couple little toys down. This thing could be good on the wall. Oh, what if we got like the little speaker? Because maybe they could play music and like do little story time sing along things. Ooh, this little like wall mounted book thing, that could be good for the old section. All right, let's talk wallpaper and tile and stuff for a second. I think I'm gonna do probably just like this base game blue tile in the bathroom up here. I might do something different in the bathroom downstairs. I haven't decided yet. That's pretty simple and nice. We can get a trash can. And then on the rest of the walls upstairs in the kids section, oh my gosh, I actually have no idea what I want. I wonder if there's like a stone kind of thing, if we wanted to have like a accent wall of exposed stone like they have outside. Maybe I'll move these pictures over somewhere else, because I think I actually do like the stone. How about that? Really fancy artwork on the wall right there. We can maybe have a couple of these little living chairs around the place. Ooh, do you think I could put 2 of them next to each other right here? Especially if I scooted over the door just a little bit more. I feel like that could make sense. Okay, I'll put a trash can there in this bathroom. I wonder if we could just get like some storage or something. Oh, it would have been so fun if we had one of the closets from Get Together, but I don't think that's gonna fit anywhere in here anymore. Unless, I mean, maybe we could try and put it over there, but that's kind of tight. I'm using more Get to Work because I thought maybe I could put these fun lights. Oh, cool. It's floating. Is that okay? Can I just let it float from right there? So I'm kind of trying to do something like this now, where I'm putting a few chairs right next to each other, but I'm really second guessing the color scheme. Okay, I put another window instead, and then I think I might just try and put a different kind of art above this, and maybe that'll look better. Even like this one would probably match pretty well. Oh no, I forgot that because I put the whole thing on a platform, you aren't gonna be able to see the trim, like it cuts it off. Okay, I painted the walls. I think that the kids area is probably done. Downstairs, we probably need a lot more work. So I'm gonna start trying to get some little decor and things added in. I wanted to look through the base game debug, like way at the bottom. where they have some of the books. There's stacks of books in the base game debug, right? I mean, I'm kind of picturing like those werewolf ones. Wait a minute, what is that? Just a little green circle? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I wanted these to be like, maybe these are like new releases or like curated by the library. I just think that kind of thing is really fun. And then we could put a plant maybe on the table next to it. Maybe a cork board too for like community events and stuff to get posted on. Do you think we could use the same wallpaper over there? Maybe these should just be white. Something about it is really throwing me. This whole section is kind of throwing me. I'm really trying to have this like cool mismatch thing and it's hard to do. This guy kind of matches the books in there. Maybe we could use that on the wall. Kind of trying to space out a little bit of clutter because I like the idea of it looking like people were working at these tables. And then maybe we could paint these walls. I really do like how that one looks. I think we need to get a column in the corner. Maybe this wall could be like a funky pattern. Maybe that's too funky, I don't know. I tried. Get to Work doesn't have wallpaper, so that's out. You know what could be kind of nice is if we had the wood paneling somewhere as an accent, because that brings the wood together. I think it kind of maybe ties it all in. I'm gonna get some of these outdoor tables because I think it could be cute if people could come study out here. So I'll put those in the front and then maybe it could be done. I think it's interesting. Let's do some lot traits too. Child's play is good because kids learn faster. Fast internet helps with programming, video gaming, and writing skills. And then Study Spot helps them get skill building bonuses and also they complete their homework faster. I don't remember if that's a base game lot trait or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna put it on the gallery. It is 0 beds, but 2 bathrooms, and I'm gonna post it now for you. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. It's been a while since I built with some of the more modern things from Get to Work. Like, I don't really use these windows or this wallpaper very often, and I feel like I discovered this debug plant, which I'm excited about because I wanna use that more now. Hopefully it looks interesting. I know it's kind of a weird, like, two-sided thing, but I kind of did it on purpose. I'm trying out something new. Let me know if you'd like to see me try and rebuild the nightclub and the cafe as well, because I would very much be open to doing that. I think maybe it would be nice to get like a new area just over here in general. I like the idea of having the cafe be smaller and then have like a little park next to it too, because it's a 30 by 20 lot, but doesn't need to be that big. So let me know about that one. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, and if there's any other worlds that you think we should do a library for, let me know. I won't do it just yet because I don't want to build like 10 libraries in a row, but I like building libraries. So if you want to do one somewhere else, tell me.